Mrs. Smith, why are we in court today?
We're here today because I've been married for 16 years to my best friend, like you said, and unfortunately he suffers from alcoholism, gambling, and broken promises. Just really bad with the finances, ma'am. It has taken a toll on the children and the marriage, and hopefully with your help I can get him to sign these papers. I plan to walk away with monies paid.
You sound like somebody who has just been so broken and broken down that you're through. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Smith, it breaks my heart to hear your wife sound that way. What does it do to you, sir?
These 16 years, it hasn't always been the best. There's been the good times, and unfortunately, this is a bad time. But I'm here to rectify all that because I never got married to get divorced. I'm not a bad person. I know I've done some bad things, but I would like to mend this if I can.
Do you think that there's a possibility of being able to put your marriage back together?
I think there is, but I have to do the work, and I'm come here today to prove that I can do the work.
Mrs. Smith, I want you to take me back to a time where there was joy. Tell me how you all met and what got us to a point that we're now in divorce court 16 years later.
Yes, ma'am. We met as children in middle school. We came back together as adults at work. I remember he would visit me in my department so much that it bothered his boss, to where his boss talked to my boss and said, you have to stop doing whatever you're doing to this man. He needs to focus on work. Okay. On our first date, we both asked each other, do you want more children? He has one, I have two from a previous marriage. We decided no, we'd like to focus on just us in our later years and not have any more children. It was a goal, it was a green light from there.
You have two adult children from a previous relationship, and Mr. Smith has a teenage child from a prior relationship. So you have truly blended your family.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So how did what start off so wonderfully, we're beautiful, ready-made families, and a couple who, at some point when the young people are able to be on their own, you all should be taking trips to the Caribbean and to Europe and getting your party on.
Right.
Walking around the house naked. Not that I know anything about that. Now that my son is out of the house, I just want to let that be known.
That's right, that's right.
Mrs. Smith said that there have been some empty promises because that is what really starts the issue. That's the foundation of the issue. Am I correct, Mrs. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to walk me through this so that Mr. Smith knows exactly what the issue is and what he would need to do to fix it.
Absolutely, ma'am. I took him on his promise of a wedding ceremony. It was okay for me to just run downtown right quick without a proper proposal or without a proper ring. Years went by and we planned about 3 separate times the ceremony here, this, that, and the other, and it did not work. We purchased a wedding dress. Monies were given from family and they never received a ceremony. A lot of people thought we scammed them. A lot of people thought it was just a lie, and it has caused a big wedge between me and my father's side of the family, who put up a lot of the money.
I don't understand. Why didn't you have the wedding ceremony?
DeLorean lost his job about a month before the date. He kept saying, we'll do it, we'll make it work, we'll manage. And it just kept getting closer and closer to the date. And I just kept asking him, where's the funds, where's the money, where's the check? And it was nothing. So I had to make an executive decision, call everyone, let them know that it's probably not gonna happen. And it didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to you, Mr. Smith. Because I just saw a woman in a beautiful wedding dress that you didn't get to wear. Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Smith, what happened?
Losing the job was a contributing factor.
But you all have now been married for 12 years.
Yes.
What you been doing in the last 12 years?
I've been working. No, I've been working.
No, the dress probably still fit.
Yeah,
Why she didn't have a wedding?
You know what? I didn't get around to it.
What in the
It
world?
never picked back up. And you know what? And I never pushed it.
There it is. Because it wasn't that important to you.
There you go.
And I think Mrs. Smith is saying it was important to her.
There you go.
Because 12 years later, she's still ready to walk down the aisle, or was ready to walk down the aisle in that white dress, surrounded by family and friends, to celebrate your marriage. That's what she wanted, and that's what you promised her. Am I correct, Mrs. Smith?
Yes, ma'am, and the family did not get to see that moment. I was so understanding. I offered to buy my own wedding ring on a few occasions. He always talked me out of it. I'd always say, I'll at least put down the down payment or whatever. But finally, I got so embarrassed. I got to the point to where I finally did. I picked out something that I thought was sufficient, around $7K, and I was left with the payments, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, they make $49 rings at Amazon.
They sure do. They got rings in the bottom of the Cracker Jack box, too.
Yeah, but why? Did you pick one of those?
I sure didn't.
Why not?
No, well, look, I was making payments on the ring, and I stopped. I had all the intentions of doing it, this and that, and something else came up that was more important.
Okay.
Yeah, I should.
So no wedding, no ring, empty promise.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more?
He's constantly at the casino for hours and days at a time. I'm not allowed to call. He doesn't answer the phone.
You say that it has to do with alcohol and gambling.
Yes, ma'am. We're in debt, or he's at least spent $10K just at the casino.
Excuse me?
I believe so.
Did you say $10,000?
Probably more. Our youngest daughter is a senior this year. And
That's a great time. She's about to go to college?
supposed to be a great time. Yes, ma'am. We are even scouting out colleges while we're down here. It's supposed to be a great time, supposed to be a great year. It was one of my old cars. We're just
Okay.
going to pass down to her. But it did need some repairs. He was supposed to handle that. Had the car for about 3 days. After 2 weeks of nothing, I'm calling him, what's up with the car? Is it fixed or how much? Or let's get an estimate. Nothing until I hear about him in a car accident with her car, and it was totaled. He never called me, never let me know. I always kind of find stuff out somehow. And,
It was totaled.
yes, ma'am. She
What
graduates.
happened, Mr. Smith?
The car was parked. You see, it's parked on the street. This guy was a drunk driver. Just came down and just barreled the car. Totaled that car. The 2 other cars behind. I wasn't in the car. So,
Thank God.
Yeah,
We're
no, I
glad
was in
that
the car.
you're-
We were all inside. Heard a loud bang, sound like a bomb went off, and came outside, and that was.
But no, you all weren't, because she said she found out surreptitiously that the car had been in an accident. So she didn't know anything about it. Am I
The
right,
day
Mr.
that it
Smith?
happened, I ended up telling her like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, what happened to the car.
But why didn't you tell her that night?
That was the right thing to do. I didn't do that. I waited.
It's regular lying.
didn't have
And
no
then there's
title.
also the gambling, Your Honor, which probably distracted him from handling the business. He's constantly at the casino for hours and days at a time. When he's at the casino, I'm not allowed to call. He doesn't answer the phone.
You say that it has to do with alcohol and gambling.
Yes, ma'am. We're in debt, or he's at least spent a $10K just at the casino.
Excuse me?
I believe so.
Did you say $10,000?
Probably more. I'm never there for the monies or the checks, but when you're there that long and you're hot, you have to keep going.
No, you don't.
True. You're absolutely right. That's just what I've been told.
Mrs. Smith, is she accurate about the amount of money?
Now, if people talk about a gambling problem, now if we've been knowing each other 16 years, $10,000 over 16 years is not a lot of money, as far as gamble.
That's a lot of money to throw away, man.
Over 16 years, that's basically
Over any amount of
That's
time.
basically like $500 a year.
Over any amount of time for nothing.
I don't throw away $500 every year.
What?
Why would I throw away $500 every year? Just take $500 and put it in the
That's
trash.
what we do. We love to waste money. We love to waste money.
I've been to a casino in over a year and a half. I haven't played poker in almost 2 years.
Probably because you don't have the money.
Oh, no, I got some
No
money now.
problem,
Wait. I got some money now. Wait. I found something else to do with my money besides throw it away.
Fantastic.
I had to come in out the rain. Does that make sense?
That's good.
There you go.
Okay, so Mrs. Smith, he says he thinks he has this gambling under control, but you look like not even close.
I think we would have got the condo that he referred to, or the house that we were trying to get, if these weren't issues, Your Honor.
What do you mean would have got the condo? What happened? You brought it up. Let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
You brought 2 documents. One of them was divorce papers.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's the other one?
Promissory note, roughly $30,000. Those are things that I had to sell to pay the bills when he was delinquent.
Is there any hope for your marriage?
No, ma'am.
I can tell.
Please.
Okay, we moved to Everett. This was years ago. So I was working at the plant up there. I worked at Boeing at the plant making airplanes. So there was a time where a house came available up there. Went to the bank, this, that. Her credit was so-so, my credit so-so, this. But the lady said, if you just give me $10,000 right now, you can move into the house.
There go the money.
The problem is I didn't have the $10,000.
That's because you threw it away. That's what we're talking about.
But again, I had some money. I just didn't have all the money. And so when I went to acquire the rest of the proceeds with my family, because they all worked there too, this, that, they all looked at me and said, well, with all the time you didn't work, you should have it. That's why I didn't get it. This was years ago this happened. Now, years have passed, things have changed. Like I said, I had to come in out the rain. And so I've come to grips with things, and it's because I'm not perfect.
So you're telling me this is a past situation?
Yes, this was a few years ago. But the thing is, since then, even with that being said, it just made things worse.
Yeah, but I
just
get
chose
the
to go a different
feeling
path.
that if you are able to get through that, the only reason why it gets brought up again is if something else happened that was similar to you continuing to mess up.
Yes, ma'am. I believe it was the call from my daughter when I was at work saying that the lights have been disconnected
When was this?
2-3 months ago.
What happened years ago?
It just keeps.
Came right back 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like when cheating occurs.
It's a reoccurring thing.
Absolutely, because all they remember is the person whose trust you violated is not the other thing, but how that other thing made them feel. And that is what's happening with her right now. So your electricity was turned off.
Yes, ma'am. So when I took a break from work, I talked to the electricity company, and they let me know that DeLorean had went into the account, which was under my name, and put himself as a co-something and set up payment arrangements unbeknownst to me. He had failed on the payment arrangements. They had contacted him about this, which was a shock to all of us because we just woke up with the lights off. I found out that the bill was roughly $4,700, and I needed $1,100 to reconnect immediately. Grab the card and do what I have to do. The reconnection was within a couple hours.
You know, you asked me about that $10,000 that you could throw away over the course of several years. Half of it could have gone to pay that bill. So, Mr. Smith, this is recent.
Yes, ma'am.
And you pointed out to me that your behavior had been in the past.
See, the thing is, when it was time to pay the bill, I called the people. I made a payment. It was $360. She said, "This is what you need to pay this," and then from there, the next day, the lights were turned off. Now, if they need $1,100, we just gave them the money. So that's really now that's out of my control.
No, it's not.
And no, it is, because if she says, "Here, Mr. Smith, give me this," and they do that.
Well, the
what do you do
document
with
that I said, it said $1,100.
Yeah, but you didn't see my document. It's funny. You see everything that she got.
But did you submit it?
No.
That's why I didn't see it.
But still, she knows
Excuse me.
that should have been in the story. That should have been.
You know what?
That should have been in
Double
the
speak. I
dialogue.
beg your pardon. The reason I looked at the evidence presented by the plaintiff is because the plaintiff submitted the evidence. If the defendant submitted some evidence, trust and believe, I would look at it. You knew you were coming to court, and if you had some evidence that suggests that you had been given a miscommunication and there was a valid excuse for it, then you would have brought that information in here.
I haven't even seen that paper, Your Honor.
That's because it don't exist, lady. Come on now. That's because it don't exist.
Hold up, you can't see why I made the payment though. Now she could have produced that. It was on
You
that same
are
piece of
aware
paper
that it
she
was
just showed
actually
you right
cut
there.
off, though. So that's all that really matters.
When the lights go off in my house, the person who was responsible for paying it got some explaining to do. Sorry.
Well, for sure. Hey,
No,
I
Your
ain't saying nothing
Honor,
against that.
the excuses go on. He probably didn't answer the phone for days. That's another problem. He runs away when there are issues. He'll abandon us.
You brought 2 documents to court today.
Yes, ma'am.
One of them was divorce papers.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's the other one?
Promissory note of roughly $30,000.
And what is your expectation today, Mrs. Smith?
I expect him to sign these papers.
Mr. Smith, your wife, 1, wants a divorce, and 2, wants you to pay back what she has estimated to be $32,000. What say you?
I'd say that sounds about right. And I said I would comply with that. I told her that a long time ago.
May I see the promissory note?
Sure thing.
That's been on the table for at least 4 or 5 years.
Thank you so very much. Let me see this. And she's itemized all of the items, the ring receipt, the light bill, the payment plan, the eviction, storage fee, a mommy makeover.
Just want to be like you one day.
The Louis bag. It's
Well, I
supposed
don't
to
know
be.
about
Are
that.
these
I
all
don't
the
know
things
about
that
that.
he promised?
No, ma'am.
She threw that in there.
Those are things that I had to sell or to pawn to pay the bills when he was delinquent, and he promised to get it back for me.
Ooh, she kept receipts.
That's it.
I'm talking them CVS type receipts, okay? Those are the ones I like. Hand this to the defendant for me, please.
Sure thing.
Got this.
Oh, you got a pen in your pocket?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of pens. Plenty of pens. I see your signature. I'm going to write witness. So there is absolutely no trouble whatsoever.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, one more thing.
what-
I'm ready for these papers to be served.
What was that?
Will you please show this to the defendant?
Sure thing. Yes, sir.
Is everything in order, sir?
Looks right as rain to me.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Will you please give it back to the plaintiff? Corey,
Thank you, sir.
is there any hope for your marriage?
No, ma'am.
Would you like me to serve those divorce papers?
Yes, please.
Corey, may I have the papers?
Thank you.
You actually have come in with them completely signed. You are ready.
Thank you, ma'am.
Corey, serve the papers.
Yes, ma'am. You've been served.
Excellent. Just one.
May I have them back?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm actually going to sign as a witness. You know, it's interesting. You can hand these back to the plaintiff. Mr. Smith, under normal circumstances, I actually give a lecture to the plaintiffs and say that I can't force you to sign the papers. But I didn't even have to say that because you know what? You signed them without me even saying a word. So all that you were willing to fight for your marriage? Bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, y'all, that's a crazy one. Definitely drop down in the comments what you're thinking, and we'll see you in the next one.